skills, be the boss. No more time to feel lost. Lead the way every day. Find success, it's here to stay. Rise and shine, it's your time. Skill up, raise the climb. Navigate, innovate. It's your fate, don't be late. Get the skills, be the boss. No more time to feel lost. Lead the way every day. Find success, it's here to stay.
If you're a new manager or hoping to be a new manager, join us in our exploration into what managers need to know. This program will set you up for success by building your knowledge and confidence in the skills you need to be effective. Hello, and welcome to the fourth of our 5-session series on what managers need to know about presentation skills. On the first session, we conducted a self-assessment. How well are you making presentations? Then we tailored to the audience, assessing what the audience needs, and particularly making sure that the audience is receptive, because if it isn't, then we need to, in session 3, organize and plan the presentation accordingly. If it is a controversial issue, we do not want to say our main point right away because it's going to give everyone an opportunity to build up arguments against it. Instead, we want to do an inverted triangle where we provide all of our logic and hopefully help the audience come to the same conclusion we do with the main point. If it is non-controversial, we can speak about the main point immediately and then provide our support and documentation afterwards. So today, we're going to look at the actual presentation, how we present ourselves when we're making that presentation. And we're going to look at the tricks of the trade, the 3 Ps: posture, presence, and projection. What we don't want is to see you hunched over, grabbing the dais with, or the rostrum with white-knuckled hands. We want you to stand naturally and vertically, not horizontally, and looking as calm as possible. And we're going to talk about how to make that happen shortly. Your presence. People are there to see you, so we want your personality to come through. You're not an automaton. You're not a robot. We want you to be able to instill what you say with your personality, which means you're not speaking in a monotone, unless that happens to be your personality, in which case change your personality. We want your presence to be comfortable and accessible. So we're talking about the body language. You're not going to be like this, or hands in your pockets jingling coins or whatever happens to be there. No fidgeting. We want you to present a calm, professional presence. And then projection. You don't talk up here. You talk from your diaphragm, and hopefully you just heard the difference in my voice. It comes out richer, it comes out healthier, more resonant. So take some time with a friend. If you are going to be making a presentation, have someone video you. And then look at your posture. Are you hunched over? Are your shoulders back? You don't have to be stiff as a rod, but you do need to look like you're comfortable there, because if you're not comfortable, they'll know. The audience will know. Check what you say when you present and you project, and have the person who is videoing you stand on the opposite side of the room so you can project your voice. Now, if you can't project your voice, if you naturally have a very light voice, then make sure you have a lavalier microphone, and make sure that if you're not holding one, which can be very clunky, and many people don't put it in the right place, have a lavalier mic and make sure it's in the middle, not on one side or the other, because otherwise, if it's on one side and you are looking to the other side, it's not going to pick up your voice. So adjust to whatever your needs are, but to the extent possible, make sure you are speaking from your diaphragm and projecting to the best that you can. Let's talk about body language no-nos. Leaning into the microphone if it's on a dais. Rocking or swaying in place. Chewing gum or eating candy or having something in your mouth. Your pace. Are you pacing up and down, back and forth, because you're going to get everyone dizzy? Closing your eyes, taking deep sighs, playing with your clothing, adjusting them, standing poker straight or immobile, using a single gesture repeatedly, leaning on or gripping the lectern, looking at the floor, hiding behind the audiovisual equipment, turning your back to the audience. If you are going to be writing on a flip chart or a whiteboard, turn to the side as opposed to putting your back toward the group. Shuffling your notes unnecessarily. And if you're going to have notes, which is all right, number them. Number those pages. Only have the key points that you want to make, and in big print, bold print, so it's easy for you to find them. Cracking your knuckles. These are things I have seen people do. Cleaning your ears, adjusting your bra strap, or adjusting yourself if you're a man. I have seen that too. Twirling or patting your hair, playing with your jewelry, losing undergarments. I have a funny story about that. A friend of mine who is a lecturer was making a presentation to a huge group of naval cadets. And she was lecturing and seemed to be losing their attention. And then suddenly they were riveted on her. And she thought, wonderful, she's making points, she's getting through. And she went to move and found that her pantyhose had dropped to the floor. Now, in speaking to other women who may be on this call, I have a difficult time believing that I wouldn't feel that, but I guess she was in the moment and she was busy with her presentation and she didn't pay attention to it. So I asked her, what did she do? And she said, well, she calmly stepped out of her pantyhose, and then she had their complete attention for the rest of the presentation because they kept waiting to see if something else would fall. Don't do that. I mentioned adjusting yourself. Don't do that either. Examining or biting your fingernails, clicking or tapping your pen, pencil, or pointer, crossing your arms in front of your chest, which is a very defensive move, using obviously practiced gestures. And let me say this, there are some of us who speak with our hands, and that's perfectly fine. Please don't try to stop doing that because you're going to look awkward as you're trying to pull in what might be a natural gesture. Here, what we're talking about to avoid is something that you have planned and you do it not naturally, but as a scripted movement. Jangling change or keys in your pockets. Take things out of your pockets so you don't feel, I'm talking to the men particularly, so you don't feel that when you do put your hands in your pockets, the tendency to jingle them. Whisper, whimper, mumble, or shout. We say, it's been said, that some people are more afraid of making a presentation than of dying. And I have a hard time understanding that or believing that. But I do believe that many people are very afraid of making a presentation. So they are rooting for you when you have the courage to get up there and speak in front of them. So don't do these distracting body language no-nos. And now let's talk about dealing with anxiety. I have given hundreds of presentations, and I am always nervous beforehand. If we're not nervous, it means we don't care, or we're on some very strong medication, and I don't recommend that. So to deal with anxiety, organize your material, visualize yourself delivering a successful presentation, rehearse it by standing up and using all your visual aids if you have them. Now, I want to caution you. There are some of us who can rehearse it, and then we can go, and when we make the presentation, it sounds fresh and unrehearsed. There's others of us, if we rehearse it, and then we go to make the presentation, we get confused as to whether we have already said it or not, because it's so ingrained in us now from rehearsing. So you have to know yourself what's going to work best for you. Breathe deeply just before speaking. And we're not talking about when you are in front of the group. Before you enter the stage, take a deep breath. Don't do a deep sigh when you're there, but a deep breath should calm you down. Focus on relaxing with simple, unobtrusive isometric techniques. Whether that is holding something in your hand that you can squish, or doing something else that relaxes your body. Release your tension in a positive way by directing it towards your audience. Take all that energy and direct it there. Move when you speak to stay relaxed and natural. The last thing you want to do is stand behind the dais and just be immobile there. That you have too much nervous energy. You want to get out. You don't want something between you and the group, if at all possible. Now, if you have notes, hold them. That's all right. And maintain good eye contact with your audience. Some of us were taught that we should look over the audience. Don't do that. That's obvious if you're doing that. Pick a few welcome faces and speak to them in different parts of the audience, and be aware of making sure that your gaze is taking in people on all sides of the auditorium or wherever you're speaking. Many of us tend to focus, if we're right-handed, we tend to focus to the people on our right, and we neglect the people on our left. So don't do that. Make sure that you keep people, when you look up and you are looking at people, make sure you're looking at different parts of the audience. And earlier we had mentioned welcome people as they're coming in the door. Shake their hands, ask them why they're there, ask them about themselves. That way you will have some friendly faces in the audience. You will also have some of their stories, and you may, with their permission, mention those. So don't be afraid of being anxious. Accept that. Let's see if I have. Keep a glass of water close at hand, not whiskey, water. Many of us, when we're afraid, we're nervous, our throat constricts, it's okay to have a glass of water, just don't spill it on the audience. Have key points on index cards for quick and easy reference. These are ones you can hold in your hand. Again, you want to number those cards, because if you're clumsy and you drop them, you want to pick them up in the right order. And just have key points on there. I mentioned meet people as they enter the room so you see familiar faces in the audience. One acting trick is to do a whole body yawn before you go in front of the audience, not once you're in front of them. If you are feel that you are somewhat fatigued and you don't have energy, another acting trick is to take both hands up, arms up, and then go back and forth, bending over a few times. That will get your energy up. Smile. That will send a feeling of well-being to your brain and to your body. Let's talk. If you would like help creating an effective presentation, please schedule time to talk with me using the URL or the QR code. We can help make it better. Next week, the last session in our 5-session series, we're going to look at how to make your presentation memorable, and memorable for the right reasons. So please join us next week, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Thank you for coming today. Let's see here. Thank you so much for coming and participating in our discussion of what managers need to know. You can find the videos of this and previous sessions on my YouTube channel or under events on my LinkedIn profile. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week.
Get the skills, be the boss, no more time to feel lost. Lead the way, every day, find success, it's here to stay. Get the skills, be the boss, no more time to feel lost. Lead the way, every day, find success, it's here to stay. It's here to stay. Oh, it's here to stay. It's here to stay. Yeah. Get the skills, be the boss, no more time to feel lost.